What is the meaning of life? Do you know? Because we don't. In this episode, we talk about our experiences with nihilism and why we don't like it, because why? Enjoy.
Hello, Cinti.
Hi, Chanel.
Welcome back once again.
I know.
Here we are.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
And
You're
these lights
tired.
are bright.
The
Why are they so
lights,
bright today?
They're a little extra. They're a little extra bright.
Have we, what is
Extra
it,
light.
cocooned too hard?
I think so.
Like, I'm reaching a stage where I don't want to leave my house.
Never
like,
again.
at all.
Never again.
Yeah.
But I think it will pass.
Hopefully soon.
Because we've been all over the world.
All around the world, can you hear me? All around the world, city to city. Here's another goose to the guy. Do to left, to the left. Boot to the boot to the boot to bottles up, bottles up. Let me see your cup.
Get me on stage. I got you.
Please. And give me a camera so I can be like that lady from Mean Girls.
Yeah. But yeah, so today we are talking about I hate nihilism. Mm-hmm. What is nihilism, Cindy?
I'm going to divert that question to you, Chanel. Or I'm pretty sure. So here's the thing. You know, I would like to consider myself decently educated. But I feel like all because you're very educated in one thing, that does not mean you know everything. Like, I feel as though I'm a perfect example of that. Because give me anything related to like chemical engineering, water purification, I'm your girl. Anything with like reading comprehension, reading comprehension has always been like what is it? Like on a scale of 1 to good, I'm at 1.
1 to good. But okay, I got you.
I'm typically near 1. I always needed that help. And I think it kind of relates to my ADHD, because when a passage is too long, I lose focus. Yeah. It's just, and then the questions that they ask, I typically like to infer for most reading comprehension stuff. I like to infer what I think, what I want the answer to be. And that's how I do reading comprehension, which is not reading comprehension. It's just me living in La La Land.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your question. What is nihilism? I'm pretty sure you just told me before the cameras turned on that nihilism is life has no meaning.
Yeah, so it's a philosophy where we're on this earth, right? Mm-hmm. We're all living lives, right? Mm-hmm. None of this means anything.
Yes.
We're just on a floating rock in space.
Yes.
And we exist because whatever, back in the day, some lightning hit a certain particle a certain way, and then it turned into a cell and whatever, some evolution stuff. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, why are we here?
Are you asking that a question, or is that kind of like a?
That's the question.
That's the question
for humanity. Mm-hmm. And one of the answers is there's no reason.
Yeah,
there's no meaning. We're just vibing.
This is me vibing.
I vibe like this. Even when I'm sitting still, I'm still vibrating just like that.
But yeah, nihilism, I think in essence, I feel like the idea that there's no meaning to everything is a little bit of like it's kind of like a scary topic, I guess you could say. Just because it's like, what do you mean there's no meaning? Because it's like, if there's no meaning, what is motivating you to go on every single day?
And that's the thing. Woo! So, humans, for the most part, are very naturally inclined towards religion.
Yeah.
Every group of humans on the planet has come up with their own religion. And, there's people who study this crap. I took a religion class in college. Very interesting. But essentially, every group of people, depending on their circumstances, you can guess what the religion is.
Yeah.
And you'll get it right.
Yeah.
Because humans are so anxious and anxiety filled, and life is so random and difficult, and bad things happen all the time, that people need religion to cope.
Yeah.
So that they can go on living another day.
Well,
and
it
not
adds
lose their
meaning
minds.
to things, right?
Yes.
Like I grew up in Christianity, and there always is like your whole purpose on earth or while you're alive is to live in live based off of God's teachings from the Bible. And if you do so and you promote like those principles, like the Old New Testament, all that stuff, whatever is stated in the Bible, then at the end you will meet God in heaven. So you're kind of essentially working towards that. And if you don't, you'll spend like eternity in hell. Like those are your only two options, heaven or hell. Heaven is like the oasis and hell is like whatever. And the whole thing, I remember, because I'm like, what was it? I remember like growing up, it's like, well, if God forgives, like even if I end up in hell at first, like I'm sure I could do stuff down there.
Still gonna forgive me, right?
Right? And they're like, no.
No, that's it. You're done.
Right? And then the whole thing that comes up next is like, no, you are there forever, eternity. And I'm like, what is what is eternity? Like, and anytime I think about it, it like my heart starts to squeeze up. Like even right now, I'm like, oh, that's kind of. And so I'm like, let me just move on with my life.
Good times.
Yes.
Good times. So you grew up with Christianity.
Yes.
I grew up with no religion. My parents were like, we're going to let you live your life. And if you turn to religion, you turn to religion. We're going to let you choose when you're older. And you know, I think that's the move.
I personally think so as well. Allowing, because it's not like, it's kind of the same thing of like the whole conversation of like, I think of like pro-choice in the situation. For the longest time, because I grew up in Christianity, I thought if you were pro-choice, that means you were like anti-pro-life. But the idea of pro-choice is like, no, you should have the choice of whether you want to or you don't want to keep your baby. And I feel the same thing with religion. All because you were raised not in a religion doesn't mean you're never going to be in a religion, but it allows you to kind of explore on your own, make your own informed conclusions, and kind of put yourself into, I guess, a religion in this circumstance that you relate to the most versus just being told this is the way. Because typically when you're forced into something, that's when you start asking questions, and more often than not, you kind of hop, skip out of it because you're like, well, I don't necessarily agree with all of this.
Yeah, and I didn't really get to choose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 seconds, bro.
He said, y'all talk about religion.
Oh, is he are you working your way to Chanel?
Oh, he never does this. He did it once the other day, and we were shook. He said he's a neutral party.
No, he's on your cushion.
Am I the chosen one? He'll probably run away.
He probably will.
But
He just
yeah.
wants to be on screen.
Yeah, he wants to be the star of the show. But yeah, so religion, wow. It's what people use to cope. So people find their meaning for life that way.
Yeah.
Me, I never really gravitated towards that because it doesn't make sense to me. I've studied it. I've heard all the things. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm so sorry. I understand. People follow it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
A+, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
1,000 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me. No. And so I went through a period where I was like, because you know when you're growing up, I feel like I had this moment. I remember I was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I was on the
Not
stairs.
5 years old.
Eating an apple, probably with one of my teeth falling out. And I was like, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Did you have a moment like that where you're like, I'm like a person?
It's a trippy experience. I think for me, it happened more so when I was like dealing with inanimate objects, especially after watching like Toys and realizing like that was a movie and that they can't talk, they can't do things,
You
and
were
I
looking
can
at
talk
them like this.
Yeah.
Let me go out the room and then run back in.
Yeah. I would see. This is how like kids would get imaginary friends. I personally believe like media is the reason why kids are crazy because I would talk to them because I thought they would
Just in case.
don't
hurt me in my sleep, please.
Literally being like, hey, if you don't like the fact that I put this one here and that one there, you can tell me right now. Like I'll fix it. Just don't hurt me, you know? But when I realized that wasn't the case, I'm like, oh, so like what is this whole thing where it's like people just people?
People.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at animals and I'm like, you're alive.
That's like blood, sweat, and tears in there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like I've always been like super aware of the fact that I'm alive and I'm a human being, and I didn't have religion growing up, and so I just had to sit with the fact that I am a human being on earth right now. I didn't have like, just God is looking out for me, my homie number one. Like, I didn't have that. I'm just out here like, I hope everything's good today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy. And so I feel like I definitely went through a period, I don't know when, maybe like college age, where I was like, okay, I have officially solidified, don't believe in religion, not really agnostic, I'm on team atheist, nothing exists, we're just vibing, and when I die, and that's it.
Yeah.
Still on that team. My brothers and sisters.
Crazy.
But when you come to that realization, you have to go, oh shoot, okay, this is it. When I die, this is done, and that's it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, literally.
And even further than that, because we've talked about this when we were younger, we're like, okay, when I get this age, I'm going to get married, and I'm going to have kids, and I'm going to do... All of that is shattered with our generation. So it's really like, what the hell are we supposed to do? And I was told, you remember that one time I was like, Cindy, we're still going to be living for like 60 more years, bro. I don't know. What am I going to do? Oh my God. Like, what?
You
like,
did that, and the thing is with Chanel, like, Chanel will have a moment of crisis, and like typically whenever Chanel's having a moment of crisis or Chanel's incredibly serious, I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I'm like, you're literally talking about like you're gonna die in 60 years, and I'm trying to hold back laughter because I know it's a serious but I'm like, bro, it's gonna be okay.
It's not okay. 60 more, like, and I've said this, I have a feeling, I have a strong feeling.
You'll live forever.
Well, I'm going to be living for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think 94 at least.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just feel like it. I just feel it in my bones. We'll see.
Right.
You never know.
You never.
But I have a feeling.
Right.
And so that's a lot of years from now, bro.
It is.
I'm stressed.
We've just started. We're still young. We're still incredibly young.
And I was telling
you. Like, you haven't even reached a third of your life yet.
And I was telling you, I was, because most people are like, I only have 60 more years. I'm like, bro, I have 60 plus years. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm over it already.
Yeah. You are.
Like, let's wrap it. We've been watching True Blood, and I've been skipping like
that's what you want to, I know you want to do that with your life.
That movie, Click.
Yeah. Oh, you'd be a menace.
I would be a menace. I'd be a menace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally go and look at you. Because I know you'd have the remote. I'd be like, girl, relax.
I know.
Relax.
You'd be like, you just skipped
3 years.
Like,
I know
relax.
you want to be done, but I'm actually kind of vibing right now. Let me vibe. Like, let me vibe. Let me vibe. Yeah, I feel like for me, so I grew up in religion. So I've had conversations with people where it's like, I'm not as religious as I was growing up, but having that foundation, I don't think I'm necessarily the type of person who can just go from having that strong religious foundation and jump completely to atheism. To me, that just like, because again, that whole thing that you had when you were in your 20s, I'm not trying to do that at 30. So I'm in the middle where it's like agnostic, where it's like, I believe there couldn't be a higher power. I don't know necessarily what that is, but I'm able to go to sleep at night. And that's all that's all I really need right now is I need to be able to sleep at night. For me, like, I'm just living to live. Like, what motivates me is I have things that I want to be able to accomplish, things that I want to be able to see. And, like we both just recently, like I just recently turned 29. You've been 29 for a while, but we have like a 30 before we turn 30. I kind of have that list for myself for my life. So I'm kind of just like going through. And the thing is, at this point, for some of the things that I have on my list, I don't have enough money yet. And I'm not necessarily in the place yet to accomplish those. So I kind of need that time. So you're like, oh, shoot, I have 60 years. I'm like, thank God I got 60 years because I got a lot of things that I want to do between now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things. And that kind of is what gets me up every single day because I'm like, okay, if I complete this day and do this thing, that gets me one step closer to this. Like we
Yeah.
talked about future travel plans, the ways that we're going to finance those. I'm like, okay, if I do this, I'll get me here and I can check this off and then I can move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Even with this podcast, like I need to see this through, you know? And I kind of want to see how it built rather than skipping to when everything's working out. And so that's kind of what gets me through my day by day, where it's like, yeah, I would like the time, but I'm also just considering myself just like a singular unit, unaffected by everything else. So it's a little bit naive because if I really think about like the world that I live in, it's not sunshine, rainbows, lollipops. But in here, the Cindy bubble, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Yeah.
Yeah. I found having you, so like in my personal opinion, I agree with nihilism. I think life has no meaning, but you have to give your life meaning. Because if you do not have meaning in your life,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Right. There's no point.
There's no point. Lay in your bed and sleep.
Yeah.
Some days it's like that. But we gotta have a meaning. We gotta have something. And so that's me. I'm like, what is the point of my life? I was searching. There was a few years where I was searching for a meaning. What am I gonna do? What? Especially because we didn't have the distractions that the previous generation had. So
Yeah.
it's just like you really gotta sit there and be like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
What do I want to do, and what can I strive towards? And I feel like a lot of my stuff is hobby based, accomplishments. Like that's kind of where I live.
Yeah.
Some of the, let's go travel, let's go do this, and like choosing certain things. But I've always been about like bettering myself as a human being and trying to learn as much as I can learn and all that stuff. And I think that's the meaning of life.
And goodbye.
Bye. We figured it out for you.
Yeah, no, but I do agree that everybody needs to have their own meaning. I even feel like within religion as well, like you need to find your own meaning. Like I think that's the reason why religion works for so many people, because it's like everybody finds something within religion that they can relate to, but there's an umbrella term. Like even if you want to go with like Christianity, for example, there are different denominations within that. You know what I mean? We're different depending on like, I grew up a non-denominational Christian. There are other stuffs within that it could be more strict, less strict, whatever, but people kind of find what works for them, and that's what gives them meaning. I feel like you can say the same thing when you're looking at like cults, for example. People always wonder how people can become susceptible to cults when it's like they found meaning in the cult that they related to, you know?
Yep.
So in essence, it's like you could say that you've created your own Chanel,
Welcome to my cult.
or even your own religion. You know what I mean?
Welcome
like,
to my new religion that I'm starting today.
I think a perfect example is we talk about living like Lauren, Octavia's Parable of the Sower.
Yes.
She literally was just writing principles of life that she wanted to live by. And then she picked up other people along the way, walking from LA to, I think, Sacramento. And just based off the principles that she wrote, other people agreed with her. She created a cult, religion, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
It just essentially is just like whatever you believe is your meaning of life, you can give principles to, and saying like, I don't think we should kill people. I think we should be healthy. And somebody else can be like, oh, those two principles, I also agree that we shouldn't kill people. I also believe that we should be healthy, but I feel more strongly on the fact that we shouldn't kill people. I'm going to follow you, but my focus, my meaning is to make sure we don't kill people. You know?
So far, so good.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of like, in a sense, like, even with religion, people are just trying to add some semblance of meaning to their life, that it's not, you can't necessarily say it's like, oh, because I believe in God, that's my only meaning. Like, there's something else within that, I feel like. And that's kind of how it works. So everyone's looking for a meaning.
Everybody.
Everybody.
You got to have your thing. And I think, I don't know, I feel like if we think back to, I'm trying to think of like our parents. I feel like a lot of their meaning was found in work and building a family and kind of like those institutions that everybody used to do. Yeah, the foundations. Family foundation, the getting a career, getting a house. Those kinds of foundations were what kept them going.
And so what do you think happened between now and then to change that? Because I don't feel like I know that's not similar. Like our generation is not focused on building a firm foundation in family. There's some groups, but like
it carries on. Yeah,
I feel like if you kind of looked at our parents' generation, I feel like you would see more of a larger percentage of people who focus on that than on this percentage, and that's what I'm trying to say. Same thing in the idea of like I do still think that there are people within our generation who are focusing on having like a stable home. But I don't think that's necessarily the case for our generation, where if it is, it's like multiple homes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what do you think changed between then and now?
The boomers, yay!
The boomers?
The boomers. Yeah, they were saying the boomers, they basically got everything. Are your parents boomers? One of them is.
What is the years for the boomers?
That's a good question.
Because my dad, I think, is either 57 or 59, and my mom is 66.
You said 57 for your dad?
Yeah, or 59.
59?
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're still Gen X.
Yeah.
I think they're still Gen X.
I was going to say, I feel like boomers is older than my parents.
Yeah, I think they're older. I think it was like their older siblings and their parents.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, boomers, because they got houses for cheap. They got to run every political office, and they still do right now. Wow. They got the full-on career, and then they never retired. You know what I mean? Like, they got everything they needed, and then they had all the politics, and then they pulled up the ladder. They said, "You want a home? No. Say goodbye to the ladder. It's not happening."
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think the boomers are blamed for that, because now it was way easier back in the day to get a house. Way easier to go outside and meet people, because you could go to a cafe and not have to spend $10 on one drink. There was discotheques. I don't know. There was like places you could go.
People were
outside of your
more.
house.
Yeah.
More often than not. And you could actually like chill.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I just feel like the cities were more lively as well, with like creatives and like people who could actually afford to live there on their regular coffee shop salary or whatever place that they worked. They were able to afford it.
Yeah.
And now they're not. And so it's like all of those things that were taken for granted by the older generations is gone now. And so it's very rare for us to have those same possibilities.
Yeah. I also feel like COVID did a number as well.
COVID, Jesus Christ. I try to forget that happened.
I know. We all try to forget that happened, but it's very foundational to the world that we're living in now, because kind of to the point, like, yes, it's also expensive outside, but COVID kind of led to an alternative where you can
stay in your house.
We were shown
forever.
You don't need to leave your home.
And still don't.
Well, because those foundations were laid. Like, people had made like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Instacart, all these sort of like rideshare apps kind of move towards perspective of food. So you don't necessarily have to go outside of your house to do those things. You were able to work remotely.
And even more so, you cannot leave your house. And that was for like 2 years.
Right. But that's because you could not leave your house for 2 years. All these things got created so that now it's not like they're going to just go away. Maybe they're not as accessible, but they're still there.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to put in that money, you don't have to leave your house. So I think that kind of also adds to the fact that everything is more expensive, where it's like, well, I don't really need to leave my house.
Yeah.
Like, I can engage and interact with people online.
And even worse, your skills of talking to other human beings atrophy.
Oh yeah.
And this is a random side note tangent, but the structure of my feet changed when I was in the house for so long. Like, I can't wear normal shoes anymore.
Oh, well, that happened during COVID?
That happened during COVID because I didn't wear shoes for 2 years.
I didn't know that was COVID that caused that.
That's what caused that. And I wear my random whatever shoes so that my toes can spread. Don't look at my feet. No free feet.
You said don't look at my feet as you're showing the camera your feet. I had no idea that's what caused
That's what
it.
caused it, because I literally did not wear shoes for 2 years.
See, the thing is, I met you after COVID, so
Yeah.
you've just always worn those shoes. So I just thought it was like maybe a health thing.
You just thought it was,
Yeah.
that was your vibe. No, that's
No, I thought it was
directly
like
because of COVID.
a health thing that happened when you were a child.
Yeah.
And you'd always worn those shoes. I didn't
No,
realize.
that was COVID. Like literally, once the world opened back up,
Yeah.
I was like, my feet hurt in these shoes that I used to wear. And then I was like, why do my feet hurt? And people were like, yeah, so shoes are not made for human feet. And I was like, ah, my life has changed.
That's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, so full restructuring of human beings happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, we went into COVID, I think we were like 24.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ish? 23, 24?
Yeah. So we were around 24. And then when we came out, it's just like, because it wasn't just those 2 years. It felt like it
No.
lingered for like 2 more. So we
I mean,
came
we're
out.
still technically in COVID.
Yeah.
COVID's never going away.
Yeah. But we came out like 27 and we were like, what happened during those last
3-4 years.
nothing? Just poof.
Be gone.
And then, yeah, no graduations, no nothing. Yikes. So I think a lot of people in our generation, a lot of people in the younger generations are socially stunted.
Yeah. But I think also kind of relating to nihilism, I feel like COVID made people reevaluate a lot to figure out what actually means a lot to them, because I think a lot people lost a lot during COVID. A lot of people questioned religion as well, because they're just like, why would something like this happen? Why would all these innocent
It was
people
like the
die?
world was ending.
Yeah. And I feel like COVID put a lot of things into perspective for people as far as like what really is my purpose. Because I'm sure, relationships ended, people's careers changed, people moved, people like, so much happened where it's like, I think people reevaluated, why am I here?
Yeah.
And
what are we doing?
Which I think is so trippy that it's like at any point you could be living your life thinking that your life is going to go one way, kind of based off what happened in the past. And then all of a sudden, a disease, flu, whatever you want to call COVID, comes out and shakes everything up. And then the life that you thought you lived, we're kind of living in the after COVID.
After.
There's before COVID, during COVID,
after.
after COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird. And it's sad. It really is sad.
Yeah, I feel like, part of me, it's like I try not to put too much thought into it, because again, it's like if I really wanted to dwell on everything that made me sad, yeah, I probably wouldn't have gotten out of bed today.
Some days it'd be like that.
Some days it do be like that. Some days it's like, because the thing is, this is kind of where therapy becomes helpful. It's like, the solution is not putting it, like, suppressing it. That's not a solution. And that's why you'll get days where you're lying in bed being like, what is the point? Because you're suppressing it for so long.
Yep.
Right? But it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like if you want to continue living this life, you need to be able to pay your bills, and to be able to pay your bills, you need to work a job, you need to go out. I have a cat. He does not care. He does not care if I'm lying down. If his feeder's empty, he will want to eat. And it will not matter what state I'm in. So I need to keep him alive.
Terrifying.
But you know what I mean? I just feel like you have to take it day by day, and then some days are harder than others. But if you want to continue, you need to find that purpose to get yourself out of bed, and maybe disregard the stuff that would keep you in bed.
Yeah, because if you don't, depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been depressed, Cindy?
Yeah, I feel like we went through grad school.
Yeah.
If I said no, that'd be a lie.
It would be a lie.
Yeah.
Bold-faced lie.
Yeah.
Depression is a hell of a drug. That's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're depressed, keep going, keep going.
I truly believe, like, I would find it hard to believe that not, like, if the person told me they've never been depressed before.
You see, I think there's some people out there.
Really?
Yes. There's some people out there, like, they just, sunshine, rainbows, like, they just operate on that frequency regardless.
Well, then I can say this for a fact. Nobody I've associated with has been on that frequency.
They also said I don't know who they is. But they also said that people who are more intelligent get more depressed.
Okay, so that makes sense.
So, yeah, I think there's some people
The
who
people
are
that
just
I'm
like,
around are intelligent. So, because I'm
And-
like, we have, like, even just the two of us, we've had, even before the inception of this podcast, we've had deep conversations that I feel like could take just any person from the side into a state of depression.
Yeah.
The things that, are you joking? The conversations that we have, if someone, well, that friend of yours that was in the Bay Area who listened to us talk about grad school, and he literally was just there eating his food as we laughed about it, and he's like, "This is not funny."
He's like, "Are you guys okay?"
Yeah,
We're like, "No."
but you know
But
what
yeah.
I mean. But I feel like the people I'm surrounded by, I agree. If you think and you deeply think, there's no way that you could be happy 100% of the time. There's no way.
And the way that there is no guidance for life, there's no rule book, and this is my favorite thing: everybody has no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
Every person on this earth, like when I was younger, I thought all the adults just knew, like, one day I was gonna wake up and just magically know what to do, and da, da, da. Everyone has no idea what they are doing. They just choose something and they do it, and they like to pretend that they know things.
Yep. I watched a show. I don't even know if it was a show or a movie, but it was like that stereotypical scene where the kid was like, "You don't understand me. Lana, you're a terrible parent." And there's like, "This is my first time being a parent." And I sat there and I was like, damn. Like, as your parents get older, like we get older, this is their first time ever being that age.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And you only get one go of it.
You only get one go, bro. One go, and then you're gone.
And then you're gone. So I was like, this is the 29th year, or I guess 28th year, whatever, however ages work. That's my only chance of ever being 28. No, this is my only chance of ever being 29. You know? And that's why I'm like, that movie with the remote, I'd probably be going back and redoing a lot. I'd probably be wealthy right now.
Fast forward.
Nah, bro. I'd be like, ooh. You remember how I told you I was walking past that Wells Fargo and somebody dropped all that money, those $100 bills? If I went back, I probably would have picked up a couple $100.
Damn.
Might as well. Just to see. Everybody else around me was picking up that money. So I was like, what if they're not going to miss $100? I could have put that in an investment, and then now I could be a billionaire. Or I could have picked up that money, and then the cartel would have showed up to our house being like, give me that money back.
Yeah, give me that money back.
And
you
then,
work for us.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or even if I give you the money back, now you work for us because you stole from us. You know.
Vibes.
Crazy.
Crazy. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I guess
One day at a time.
One day at a time. I have dreams, so let's hope those dreams come true.
Hopefully. Wow, she has dreams.
I mean, what else would get me out of bed?
Exactly.
Your mom has ruined us. She has ruined us.
And you all will find out how my mom has ruined us in the next season.
If we haven't been sued yet.
Yeah, if we haven't been sued.
She said she was contacting her lawyers in the comments.
I haven't received not one thing in the mail.
And here's my lucky thing. She don't know how to spell my first and last name, so she gonna sue you.
She gonna sue the business. Oh my God.
Oh, she can sue the business, I guess.
Damn.
This is nothing.
She's gonna take our lights. Our mics. What are we gonna do?
If you don't see us for a couple weeks, no, it's Chanel's mom's fault.
Yeah, we blame her. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's all I got.
Nihilism. Find your meaning.
Find your meaning. That's a great way to end it.
And ride it till the wheels fall off.
Well, okay. I have some stipulations. Please don't let your meaning be like you want to destroy an entire nation. Or do harm to other people or to other living things, whether it's emotionally, physically, financially. Like, I feel as though we can find semi-positive reasons to be alive.
Yeah.
So we should focus on those. So find your meaning within there. Like, I don't want somebody to go and be like, yeah, I listened to BGS, and Chanel said, find your meaning, and Cindy co-signed it, and that's the reason why I'm a mass murderer. Like,
Don't harm other people.
please don't harm other people.
Do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting other people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
That's it.
Yep.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Is someone knocking on my door? Hello? Open the door. Open the door. I'm filming a podcast right now. Goodbye.
Hi.
You want to say hi to the podcast?
No, thank you.
Okay, bye.